everyone, welcome back to my channel Budget with Bliss. My name is Katie and this channel is all about keeping myself accountable for my budget and finances by using the cash stuffing method and creating general financial well-being. Hope you're all doing well and hope you're having a lovely day. The sun is shining again. It feels like spring is definitely full in force at the moment. It is a gorgeous day. We've had a lovely week as well with the sunshine. Today's video is going to be a look at the first quarter of the year in terms of the goals that I set at the beginning of 2025 to see where we are at with those, if they need adjusting, which they definitely do, any that have been completed, any that we're working towards, like where we're at with those, and any that need to be scrapped and any that need to come in, basically. So yeah, back at the beginning of the year, I did set these goals. Now, at that time, I just kind of set the goals prior to knowing that I was pregnant. At the time of filming the video for the goals, I did know that I was pregnant, so I did know that these goals were going to have to change. But yeah, I didn't announce my pregnancy till much further later on. Obviously once it was more established. So I didn't want to amend the goals until, everything was kind of all right. So these are the goals that we set at the beginning of the year. So the first goal was to finish the 6K challenge, which we have completed. We finished that week before last, which was an amazing achievement. Yeah, I am so stoked that I've managed to finish such a large challenge. So I'm just gonna colour in this visual goal tracker to say that number one is completed and absolutely smashed. Yeah, I'm just gonna put crosses in these boxes, I think, rather than filling it out completely, otherwise I'll be here all day. And also you have to go orange because that's the colour of the challenge that we did. All of the orange. But yeah, and if you've seen, I have reallocated the £6,000 across my binders and into different pots relating to the baby emergency fund and maternity. Because I think I probably would have put that in the description of like this goal if I was announcing the pregnancy like earlier on. I would have said that 4K was going to emergency, 1K for maternity, 1K for baby. It would have been a bit more I don't know what the word is. What am I trying to say? A bit more not direct, organised with the money, like, yeah, to say where I was going to dish it out. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that is all done, which is incredible. Now, goal number 2 was to complete annual savings by May 2025. Now, again, at the beginning of the year, I had a binder that was just for my annual savings. So that included car tax, car MOT, car service, car insurance, service charge, and car maintenance, which was more of a sinking fund really, but I like to keep the car stuff all together. But as some of you may or may not know, with my job, I have been offered a company car, which I am going to accept. So car tax, insurance, service, MOT, they're no longer needed. So the only annual savings I have now categories are car maintenance, which I already completed at £500, and then the service charge, which is for the grounds maintenance on the estate that we live. So that grounds maintenance service charge is £150, what we kind of budget for each, because it's stupidly high. So yeah, £150 is my goal for that. And now I'm not going to be able to complete that by May because, yeah, ploughed everything into the 6K. I've got one more payday before May, and I've got other plans with my budget. So I'm going to amend that one, and we're just going to say I want it to be done by December 2025 because that's when it's due. So that just kind of puts the brakes on that a little bit and gives us more time to do that. Let's just put update April to complete by December, because they will ask for it like right at the end of December. So that's that, and let's just put a complete on that one. Lovely job. So yeah, that's fine. That's adjusted. It's still a goal that we want to achieve this year because we do need those savings regardless. So that's cool. We'll start on that at the moment. And as you may have seen in there, I have popped in a savings challenge to try and give me an oomph to get money into this service charge. The car maintenance fund, I did consider putting back into my budget and savings, but I think I've been reading through the terms of the company car situation. I think the excess is 500 quid, which is insane. So yeah, that's going to stay as a car maintenance fund. I might even consider increasing that slightly. We'll see how we go, because obviously I need to maintain it in terms of like cleaning and things like that. If I dink the car and make any dents or anything, then that would be my responsibility as well. But potentially I'll draw from the emergency fund for that. I'm not sure. I'll have a think about it. But for £500 for now, I think is fine. So yeah, that's where we're at with goal number 2. How are your goals going, by the way, for this year? I'm not sure that I've seen any other goal reviews for the quarter going around on YouTube. But I have not been catching up as much as I would like the last week or so. Just been tired. I'm so sorry. I have been watching when I can, and I've put a couple of playlists on whilst I've been working, but again, I'm so tired. I can't sit and watch YouTube and work at the moment. It's one or the other. My concentration is like, yeah, it's difficult to concentrate at the moment. I'm just tired. But yeah, that's the reality of things. But I intend to catch up and watch as and when I can. So yeah. Okay, so I also had the goal this year to get my 2026 annual savings completed by the end of 2025. So initially we were going to smash 2025 ones by May, and that gives us more than half a year to get ready for 2026 and be like a year ahead, which would be incredible. But again, this probably doesn't really need to be a thing anymore at the moment, because most of those car savings categories are not going to be required once I get the new car, and it would just be the service charge, which really is, if I look at it on a monthly basis, just over a tenner a month, if I did that. So what is it? So 150 is what we kind of budget, divided by 12, £12.50 a month, which isn't a lot really. So I could do it quite quickly and snowball it, or I could just put £12.50 a month away, and that would be that. So yeah, there's not as much of a rush because it is such a small amount now that needs to go away. Obviously, if anything changes with the car maintenance fund, I'll look at topping that up as and when. So yeah, I'm not really kind of looking at doing this at all, really, to be honest. So we'll just, I don't know, do a cross or something. Don't know, don't like crossing things out, feels weird. I'll just put an update on here. Update April. No longer a priority, which is fine. Right, and this is the best thing about cash stuffing and budgeting. Obviously, your goals and your priorities and things, they do change. They change with life and stuff. So don't be afraid to change your goals, and don't be upset if you have to change the goals. Like, it's not originally what you set out, and although it does sometimes feel a bit like, oh, it's gutting, I set a goal and I've not completed it, but you know what, things are fluid, and life happens, so you have to be flexible and you have to give yourself the grace to make those changes, so that you know that you can, you know, put whatever it is that you need first at that time, and you can always come back to those other goals at another time. Okay, so goal number 4 was to have Christmas 2025 completed by August 2025. So let's just see where we are at with that. So my goal for Christmas, I should have put an amount on here really. So my Christmas goal is always 1,000, because I have a huge family, and yeah, we just, like, who doesn't love Christmas? I know some people don't, but I love Christmas. We like to go all out. So let's just quickly tally up what we've got. So there's 20 in there. And 10, 20, 30, 40 in that one. 30 in there. It would have been lovely to have got 2026 Christmas done as well. But I think that is a stretch too far. 10, 50, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, plus 50 in the bank, so that's another 90. Oh, I just added 9, whoops. So it's 180 in total so far. And then Argos has got 50, 65. Little Moon Budgets has got 50, 60, 70, 85, 95. That's Santa's sack, that one. I love that challenge. And Christmas Market, oh, that was already open, has got 10, 20, 30, 45, 50. Get Your Skates On has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh yeah, we completed that one. And I've miscounted here. 55. It should be 500. I don't put odd fives in. Let me just quickly double check that. How annoying. So 20. $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50. Oh, there's 100 in here. I said 95. There's 2 5s were stuck together. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely 500 in here. That's fine. Cool, found the mistake. Awesome sauce. Lovely. Right, so we're halfway then. That is amazing. So we'll do April. I can't spell update. I keep putting up a 500 saved and 500 to go. So I want to finish by August. So where are we? April. Haven't had a payday yet in April, so there is still April's pay, May, June, July, and then August's pay will be the last one, hopefully. So that is awesome. So we can cross off half of this. So let's do pink for goal 4. So I'm assuming there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yeah. 3, 4, and 5. So that looks good. Love it. Brilliant. Okay, so let's add in the new goals that we kind of set when I went through my maternity goals. What I'm looking to kind of do with that. So you might remember this spread if you've watched that video, where I'm just kind of going through what I'm saving each month, what pots of money I'll have available to me when I go on maternity. And this was the big goal that I'd come up with if my calculations and my savings and everything go correctly. 23,327. So that number does still seem absolutely absurd to me. So what I might do is I might just put in here for 20k just to make it feel like it's definitely going to be achievable. Because some of these pots, particularly this one, the baby fund, although it says I'm going to save £1,840, the reality is we're going to dip in and out of that all of the time. So potentially we'll never have this figure all at once. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I guess this is a 2026 one that we're looking at. Again, it's just going to be a Christmas 2026 savings fund that we're going to work towards, but it's going to be available to us if we're in dire straits. Yeah. Okie dokie. This is already actually, most of this has already been incorporated into my binders because I did change out my annual savings, took out everything that was saved up already and pop it into the 6k challenge. So that kind of fed into some of these already. Okay, so we're just going to put to have savings of £20,000 ready for maternity. And that is December, because approximately around November, December is going to be my last full pay. So December 25. So I'm going to use those last few months of pay to still contribute towards some of these savings pots before we drop down to statutory maternity. So that is goal number 5 included now in our goals for this year, financial goals. We could see roughly where we're at by adding up. I don't know how this is going to work, exactly where things are at the moment, but let's just do it one category at a time and go from there. So the baby fund, so there's 1,000 in the bank. Actually, it's a little bit more than that because my mum gave us some money towards the travel system. I think it's only like 15 quid more. So let's add in that 20, 35, 40 pounds in this challenge. And Carnival Cash. 20, 30, 45. This one's just got 10. Plant sale. That's 15. Party popper. 10, 25. And popcorn pop has 10. That felt stiff. Yeah, £10. So in the baby fund we have 1,160. So I'm just going to put that on here. 1160. Leave 680 left to go. And how many months are there? April payday, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, possibly December. I'll say 8 just to be safe. So that's only another £85 a month, which I know I'm budgeting more than that from April. So yeah, we should hit and exceed that. But again, like I say, we'll dip into this fund all of the time. So yeah, it won't always be there. Anyway, emergency fund is definitely at 5k. And maternity funds, we just have the £1,000 from the 6k challenge, which is in here. It doesn't have a special envelope or anything at the moment. So it's just got a envelope with a £1,000 placeholder in. We've not started the challenges yet for that. So April, oh, come on, spell, Katie. So we're like, still got 4,850 left from what I'm hoping we will have. I don't know what I'm trying to do with the calculator. Let's just carry on. The mortgage over savings pot currently has what does it have? I have to check on my phone 1 second. Oh yeah, I'm back. So it currently has 2,000. Oh, why can't I spell it? I'm missing letters. APRIL has 2,200 at the moment. So 3522 is what we're estimating to be at, minus 2200. 1,322 to go, and it was 8 months. Ooh, I mean, that might just about get there, because the interest we're getting at the moment is near enough £15 a month in there, because we've got a 6% interest rate. So possibly, we'll see. Christmas 2026, we're not started, we're still on 2025 at the moment. Annuals, we have the car maintenance, but I'm not sure I'm going to include it in here, because this is what I was going to feed in. It's already happened. So yeah, I think we can just scrap this. Days out, again, not one we've started yet. And then the sale of my car, which will come later on in the line. So yeah, so far, like I say, we're rounding this down to 20k just for, I don't know, realisticness, I don't know. 1160 plus 5,000 plus 1,000 plus 2200. So we're already at 9,360, which is amazing. So that leaves us with 10,640 to go. So I'm going to go up to like 4.5, roughly. We'll do it like that. Because yeah, we're almost halfway, which is incredible. Whether or not we'll get to the full 20 is yet to be seen. But yeah, that is like an amazing start towards the maternity fund. So super happy with that. Yeah, really good with how, really happy with how these goals are kind of going so far. They're all a little bit boring though, aren't they? Like there's no holidays or anything like that in there, which I am gutted about, but we've got really exciting stuff obviously happening in our lives, so I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, maybe next year we'll go on holiday. But yeah, let me know, like I say, how your goals are going. Have you reviewed how the goals are that you set out at the beginning of the year are going? Is it something that you do? Let me know. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care guys, bye.